I don't know if you can relate, but I hate throwing away food. I was feeding my trash can bananas every week. I would get them and then in a blink of an eye, they'd go overripe. So I thought there's gotta be a way. And there is. Banana nut bread, and it's so delicious, you're gonna absolutely keep this recipe. So let's get started. To begin, let's ensure you have all your ingredients pre-measured and ready to go. Your ingredients are 3 large eggs, make sure they're room temperature, 3/4 cup vegetable oil. I personally prefer to use avocado oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 1/4 cups of flour. Make sure it's measured properly. I'm going to show you how. It's very simple. Just scoop your flour onto your measuring cup and remove the excess. That'll give you the correct amount. 2 cups of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 cup of buttermilk or sour milk, 1 1/3 teaspoon baking soda, and here's the key, 4 to 5 very ripe bananas. Basically, they should just be all black. And lastly, 1 cup of chopped nuts. I prefer to use walnuts and pecans, both of them, so you can use as many or as little of each one as you'd like. Now that you have all your ingredients together, measured and ready to go, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 Celsius. Then in a medium bowl, take your bananas and take them out of these peels very carefully, and either with well-washed hands or with a masher, go ahead and mash them. In a separate cup, add the buttermilk and the baking soda together. It's gonna foam up a little, so I always leave it in the cup in case it overfoams, so it won't spill. Mix it really well and then add it to the bowl with the bananas. Then add the rest of the wet ingredients, which is the 3 large eggs, the 3/4 cup of vegetable oil, and the teaspoon of vanilla. Then add the dry ingredients, which is the flour, the sugar, and the spices. Now it's time to put your arm into this and make it a workout. So mix really, really well to make sure that all the ingredients are incorporated perfectly. The consistency should look something like this. If you notice, there's still kind of like chunks of banana, so you don't want to overmix either. Now putting the walnuts and the pecans and chopping them really nicely. I like to use a full cup of a mix between the two, and I always like leaving some aside to use for the top. Once they're nicely chopped, go ahead and add them to the mix. And this is a process where you just want to fold them in to make sure that they're incorporated fully, and that's it. Do not overmix. Next, pre-grease your tins. I like to use avocado oil. But something I wanted to share with you guys, this is really interesting. So I've baked this recipe on, the regular like glass Pyrex type thing, and it didn't go as well. I even lined it with aluminum foil inside, and it did do a little bit better until these guys right here are great. And what I love about these is that the recipe I'm giving you, it's perfect for 2 of these. You just have to fill it 2/3 of the way. Or if you do the mini ones, it's perfect for like 5 of these. So this recipe works best in these tin foils. And then just pour your batter into the tin molds. It's important that you fill them 2/3 of the way, no more than that, so that they bake and rise properly. Then tap to release any bubbles. And then lastly, add the rest of the nuts on the top. My husband loves nuts on these, so I'm gonna do lots and lots of nuts, but you do you. Now, place them in the oven in the middle rack. Then bake them for about 57 minutes. Test them with a toothpick. If it comes out clean, it'll be a drier loaf, or if it's almost clean, it'll be more moist. Once done, remove from the oven and set on a cooling rack for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now my favorite part, the taste test. Yes. Before I do that, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can share the joy. And if you have any other recipes that you'd like me to try for you and make videos, please leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. Unless they're super hard, then I won't. It's so moist and flavorful, like really flavorful. So perfect for coffee. Starbucks is never gonna see me again. So good. Can't wait for you guys to try it.